Stop what you're doing right now and imagine this. The cameras are flashing. Thousands of fans are screaming. Reporters are fighting for the best angle. The biggest stars in the industry are walking across one of the most glamorous red carpets of the year. Then suddenly, everything changes. A shocking figure appears from the crowd. Security freezes. The media gasps. Conversations stop mid-sentence. And standing there with determination written across his face is Zhang Linghe. What happened next leaves the entire entertainment world speechless. Stay with us until the very end because this unforgettable moment between Zhang Linghe and Tion Shiwi turns an ordinary red carpet event into a scene nobody could have predicted. One emotional confession. One unexpected reunion. One chance to rewrite a story that seemed finished forever. The night began like any other prestigious celebrity event. Luxury vehicles lined the entrance while reporters prepared their microphones and photographers adjusted their cameras. The atmosphere sparkled with excitement as some of the biggest names in entertainment arrived one after another. Every step across the carpet became a headline. Every smile generated thousands of comments online. Yet despite all the excitement surrounding the event, there was one name everyone seemed eager to see. Tion Shiwei. The actress had become one of the most talked about stars in recent years. Her elegance, charm, and confidence had earned her millions of admirers. As rumors continued to circulate about her personal life, every public appearance attracted enormous attention. When her arrival was finally announced, the crowd erupted. Fans raised their phones high into the air, hoping to capture even a few seconds of her appearance. The atmosphere became electric. Dressed in a breathtaking gown that shimmered beneath the lights, Tion Shiwi stepped onto the carpet with grace and confidence. Her smile appeared calm, yet mysterious. Nobody knew that within minutes the evening would become one of the most unforgettable nights of her career. As Tion Shiwi paused for photographs, something unusual happened near the entrance. A sudden wave of whispers moved through the crowd. Heads began turning. Photographers lowered their cameras for a moment, trying to understand what was happening. Then came the gasps. Zhang Linghe had arrived. But this was not part of the schedule. His appearance had not been announced. Reporters exchanged confused looks. Fans immediately began recording. Within seconds, social media exploded with speculation. Why was he here? Was this planned? Was it a coincidence? Or was something much bigger about to happen? The answer would leave everyone stunned. Zhang Linghe stepped forward with a serious expression that immediately caught attention. Gone was the playful confidence fans often associated with him. Instead, there was determination. Purpose, emotion. Every step seemed deliberate. Every movement suggested that he had come here for one reason, and one reason only. As he walked further onto the carpet, the crowd grew quieter. Even veteran reporters who had witnessed countless celebrity moments sensed that something extraordinary was unfolding. Meanwhile, Tion Shiwi continued speaking with journalists, unaware of the growing commotion behind her. Then she heard her name. The voice was familiar. Instantly recognizable. The moment she turned around, the entire atmosphere shifted. For a brief second, neither of them moved. The cameras captured everything. The surprise in her eyes. The nervous anticipation on his face. The silence that seemed to stretch forever. No scriptwriter could have created a more dramatic scene. Around them, hundreds of flashes illuminated the night sky. Yet for that single moment, it felt as though the world had disappeared. Only two people remained. Two people connected by a complicated history. Two people facing emotions they could no longer ignore. Witnesses later described the moment as unforgettable. Fans watching online replayed the footage countless times. Speculation spread faster than anyone could control. What would happen next? Would Tion Shiwi walk away? Would Zhang Linghe leave without saying another word? Or would the story take an entirely different direction? What followed surpassed every expectation. Instead of remaining at a distance, Zhang Linghe slowly approached her. The crowd watched in complete silence. Even photographers seemed hesitant to interrupt the moment. When he finally stopped in front of her, his expression softened. The confidence of a star disappeared. In its place stood someone carrying the weight of unfinished feelings. Sources close to the event later claimed that his voice trembled slightly as he began speaking. Not because he was afraid of the cameras. Not because he was worried about public opinion. But because the person standing before him mattered more than anything else in that moment. Tion Shiwi listened carefully. Her expression revealed almost nothing. Years of experience in front of cameras had taught her how to remain composed under pressure. Yet those paying close attention noticed subtle changes. A slight pause. A thoughtful glance. The faintest hint of emotion hidden behind her calm exterior. The crowd held its breath. No one wanted to miss a single second. As Zhang Linghe continued speaking, the emotional intensity grew stronger. His words appeared sincere, honest, unfiltered. For perhaps the first time in front of such a massive audience, he seemed completely vulnerable. Fans watching from around the world immediately became invested in the unfolding drama. Comment sections exploded. Theories multiplied. Supporters from both sides shared emotional reactions. Some hoped for reconciliation. Others remained uncertain. But everyone agreed on one thing. This was no ordinary celebrity appearance. This was a moment that would be remembered for years. The red carpet had transformed into something far more powerful. It had become a stage for unfinished emotions. A place where pride collided with vulnerability. A place where the future remained uncertain. As the conversation continued, Tion Shiwi remained silent. The anticipation became almost unbearable. Every camera focused on her. Every eye waited for response. The question hanging over the event was simple. Would she give him a second chance? The answer remained hidden behind her thoughtful expression. Several long seconds passed. Then came a reaction nobody expected. A small smile appeared. Not a dramatic smile. Not an obvious smile. Just enough to send shockwaves through the crowd. Fans erupted. Reporters scrambled to capture every possible angle. Social media nearly collapsed beneath the volume of reactions. Yet even then nobody knew what her smile truly meant. Was it forgiveness? Was it understanding? Or was it simply appreciation for his courage? Only Tion Shiwi knew. And she was not revealing her answer easily. The mystery only made the moment more captivating. The night that began with glamour and celebration had transformed into a story of courage, hope, and emotional risk. It reminded everyone watching that behind fame and success are real people facing complicated emotions and difficult choices. For Zhang Linghe, the decision to appear unexpectedly had required immense courage. For Tion Shiwi, the decision that awaited her carried equal significance. The crowd continued watching. The cameras continued recording. The world continued waiting. And somewhere beneath the dazzling lights of the red carpet, a story that seemed finished suddenly found a new beginning. Whether that beginning would lead to happiness, heartbreak, or something entirely unexpected remained uncertain. But one thing was undeniable. Nobody who witnessed that extraordinary night would ever forget it. Because sometimes the most unforgettable moments happen when people choose vulnerability over pride. Sometimes the biggest risks create the most remarkable memories. And sometimes a second chance can change everything. The excitement surrounding the red carpet only intensified as Tion Shiwi remained standing in front of Zhang Linghe. For a moment, neither of them seemed concerned about the cameras or the thousands of people watching. The glamorous event that had dominated headlines all evening suddenly felt secondary to the emotional exchange unfolding before everyone. The crowd watched closely. Every expression mattered. Every glance became a topic of discussion. Every second seemed to stretch longer than the last. Tion Shiwi finally looked directly into Zhang Linghe's eyes. The confident smile she had worn throughout the evening softened into something more thoughtful. It was clear she was carefully considering everything he had said. Around them, reporters exchanged nervous looks. Nobody wanted to interrupt. Nobody wanted to miss what could become the defining moment of the entire event. Then something unexpected happened. Instead of immediately answering his heartfelt plea, Tion Shiwi asked a question. The exact words were difficult for those standing far away to hear, but the reaction on Zhang Linghe's face revealed everything. He paused. He smiled. Then he nodded. The simple gesture sent another wave of excitement through the crowd. Fans erupted with speculation. Online viewers flooded social media with theories about what she had asked and what his answer meant. Within minutes, clips from the red carpet were spreading across the internet at an astonishing pace. Meanwhile, the atmosphere between the two stars seemed noticeably lighter. The tension that had dominated their first interaction slowly gave way to warmth and familiarity. Several photographers later described the moment as watching two people rediscover a connection they thought had been lost. As they continued talking, Tion Shiwei occasionally laughed at something Zhang Linghe said. Each smile created another frenzy among fans. Each shared glance fueled even more discussion. Yet despite the overwhelming attention, both stars appeared completely focused on each other. It was as though the noise surrounding them had disappeared. The flashing lights, the cheering crowds, the endless questions from reporters. None of it seemed important anymore. What mattered was the conversation they were having. As the event organizers prepared to move the ceremony forward, many attendees found themselves paying more attention to Zhang Linghe and Tion Shiwi than to the official program itself. The emotional reunion had become the night's biggest story. And as they finally began walking together toward the venue entrance, side by side beneath the dazzling lights, one thing became clear. Whether this was the beginning of a renewed relationship or simply the closing of an old chapter, they had already created a moment that would be remembered long after the red carpet was rolled away and the cameras stopped flashing.